What if the Garden of Eden is at the North Pole? Okay, this video is for all my followers who are blowing up my comments and my DMs about this topic. Y'all have a lot of opinions about it. But I actually have a question for you guys, because I have a question and some thoughts concerning this that I have not seen discussed anywhere online. And maybe I'm just missing the party. So if you do know discussions about this going on, please point me in the right direction. But meanwhile, I would like to know your thoughts. So this is what I'm thinking. In my previous video, I talked about the Garden of Eden being in basically the Yellowstone National Park area. So go watch that if you haven't. And I still think that, and I have a lot of evidence stacking up to back that up, and I'll be making videos on that in the future. But that doesn't necessarily negate this thought process. I think ultimately those two things interplay on some level, and I have lots of thoughts on that, but I'm not willing to share those publicly yet because I'm learning so much new information. Kind of my thought process on things is shifting and growing. But here's what I want to know from you guys, and if you have thought about this. So if you're familiar with this model and thought process, you are probably familiar with this model and this thought process. So if you don't know, this is the plasma moon map theory. And in the 15 plus years I've been studying flat earth models, this is the one I lean towards most heavily for a lot of different reasons. But again, that's a topic for another time. But if this model was to be accurate, then what that means is this is the middle, this is the North Pole or magnetic north. True north is here in the middle of this big circle. Magnetic north is here in the middle of this smaller, darker blue circle. And magnetic north travels around true north like this. So as magnetic north travels around true north, this ice wall, Antarctica, melts and refreezes because the path of the sun also spirals around. And this is a really, really, really slow process, like however hundreds or thousands of years, I don't know, whatever. So assuming, and these are assumptions, I am willing to admit that, but assuming this is an accurate model and magnetic north circles around true north, and this is an accurate model and this is magnetic, well actually on this map that's magnetic north right there. I don't know if y'all knew that, but this is the North Pole, and or the throne of God or New Jerusalem or whatever your thoughts are on this. Does that mean that this also moves? Would this be considered the movable magnetic north? Because even in modern day times, you know, science tells us magnetic north moves. Does this move? Or is this the stationary part, the true north, that is not at the center of our realm? Because if that's stationary, that would mean it's located here, somewhere in this area, not at the North Pole as we know it. So let's say that magnetic north does move. I believe it travels this way. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be. I'm going off of memory here. But my question is, where would that put this at the time of the Garden of Eden or at the time of creation? Would that mean that that center point used to be somewhere else? Did it used to be in North America or somewhere else? I don't know. Have you guys thought about this? I can't stop thinking about it. Like, if this happened to all be true and accurate, then how does that change how we're studying the maps? How does that change how we're studying all these old maps we're finding from the 16 and 1500s or older, and how we're putting all of this information together? I have lots and lots of thoughts on this. Some of them are probably good thoughts, and some of them are probably just dumb. But I would really like to know what you guys think. So, and if you have thought about this, surely someone out there has thought about this. And surely there's discussions going on online about this somewhere. I just haven't found them yet. Like, I mean, I'm wondering, did the North Pole used to be where Eden was in Wyoming at the time of the Garden of Eden? I mean, that's what I'm wondering. I don't have a whole lot to back that up. It's just like, this is where my thoughts are going. So this is a casual conversation, not standing on a soapbox. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just have lots of questions, and I would like to know what you guys think. So comment below, be nice, or if you're welcome to message me as well.